This is the 2020 Virtual Sacramento Tip Challenge.
Hey everyone, we are commentating the 2020 Virtual Sacramento Tip Challenge for the youth and adult handling, conditioning, trail, and freestyles. I am Sam Van Fleet, also Van Fleet Mustangs.
And I am Peyton Moretti.
And yeah, we hope you enjoy these virtual classes. These competitors worked really hard with their Mustangs. They've done such a good job. And a big thank you to Isidro Espinoza Horsemanship for hosting this tip challenge. They did a really good job organizing all of it. Amber worked so hard to make sure this was a great event for everyone.
And a big shout out to the tip challenge sponsors, which you will be seeing throughout the video.
And a big thank you to the Mustang Heritage Foundation for putting on events like these tip challenges and extreme Mustang makeovers to help get Mustangs out of holding and into homes.
This is the 2020 Sacramento Tip Challenge, and we are now on the adult trail class.
We will be starting off going in reverse hip number orders.
This is hip number 37, Kathy Van Steen with her 6-year-old mare from Nevada Wild Horse Range, Luna.
She is a rookie, so this is her first competition ever, and I'm going to be reading her bio that she gave us. I grew up admiring my grandfather, Richard Prouty, who was a true horseman. I learned everything from him. I had a break from horses for 20 years. I've only been blessed with horses for 6 years now. I love to ride all breeds of horses, but really enjoy groundwork. I've had some wonderful mentors that helped me over the last 6 years. This was my first Mustang and my first show. I'm enjoying growing with Luna. I've worked with so many different breeds, but the Mustang is by far my favorite. Most challenging, but also the most rewarding.
Right now, she just showed that her mare can side pass over the L, which side passing can be more difficult to teach your horse just because it's a lot of movement that they have to do, but by not walking forward but sideways. And then right there, she also went over the trot poles.
She had a little bit of resistance in that trot. That was a nice setup for backing up through these barrels. You have to be pretty careful to make sure that your horse doesn't take a hoof on one of these.
No hesitation going over the bridge and also standing on it. Doing a really good job so far. Now this is the drag portion, and this portion of the trail class can be, I guess you could say, the scariest for the horses just because you're dragging something beside them, but also it does make noise too. But she did a really good job with that.
And that was a pretty solid trail class. Next up is hip number 36, BRIELLE RAINNEY with Ms. Red Fortune, a 5-year-old mare from Nevada Wild Horse Range. And I'm going to be reading her bio that she gave us. BRIELLE is a Southern California native who's been working with horses for over a decade. She's competed in Western and English equitation, gymkhana, ride and tie, endurance, and has recently started enjoying competing with some wonderful Mustangs. In her horsemanship journey, she always strives to foster lightness and considers herself forever a student of the horse. She is also a current tip trainer.
Right here she just showed that her mare can side pass. And right now she's getting her into a trot and going over trot poles. She did stop the trot going over the trot poles, but did a good job.
as she's setting up to back up through the barrels. She has to make sure to get that hip over so her horse doesn't back into it. No hesitation getting on, but then her horse did continue to take a step off instead of halting up there. She was able to correct it though by backing her horse back up.
And we're now into the drag portion. Her mare does not seem to mind it and did a really good job. We now have hip number 32, Jennifer Mather with Riata, a 5-year-old mare from Nevada Wild Horse Range. I'm going to now be reading her bio. I'm a large animal veterinarian in Grass Valley, California. I have participated in 2 makeover events and I really enjoy working with Mustangs. I currently compete in endurance events and have finished the Tevis 3 times, twice on a Mustang. I also enjoy barrel racing and I am starting to learn how to do breakaway roping. I love taking a wild horse and helping them get a great home.
She had a really nice side pass there. Do want to see the horse a little bit closer to her when she goes off into the trot. No problem over the tarp.
Did a really nice job getting onto that bridge, no hesitation, and the halt was really clear. Nice. Horse did try walking off and is sitting there waiting for its handler's cue to move. They both did a really good job there.
And the last thing she has is the drag. And her horse stays nice and straight as she's walking with it. Sometimes they try to move away from it and veer off, but she kept her horse nice and focused.
And that was a great class.
And next up is hip number 29, Jordan LaPANJA with Tara, a yearling filly from Red Rock, Nevada, and she is a rookie. This is her first makeover, and this is her bio, and I do believe she also has the next horse. Jordan is a young trainer located in El Dorado County, USA. She can start a horse from just gentling up to beginner ready. When Jordan was a little girl, she was put on her first horse, and ever since she has had the horse bug. From there, she learned how to ride from her childhood best friend and parents. She didn't know anything about training horses, but everyone says Jordan always had a natural hand for horses. She has watched videos and learned from other trainers and learned about natural horsemanship, and ever since, it wasn't just about riding for her, and it was then about everything else with horses. Jordan started working with family and friends that trained horses when she was 14 and trained her first horse by the time she was 16. She now specializes in natural horsemanship style with a quiet and gentle hand.
Jordan has done a really nice job working with this filly. Right now they are heading over to the bridge.
No hesitation going on it.
Now they're on the last portion of this class, which is dragging something. And you're just trying to see if your horse will walk straight without going sideways or looking funny at it.
You can see this one's looking a little bit at it from the side of her eye. She didn't spook too much though. That was a really nice class. And I do believe it's Jordan again with Gemma, a yearling filly from Red Rock, Nevada. Really good job with the gait.
Now she did skip the side pass, so that could just mean that was one thing that she couldn't get her horse to do, and that's completely fine. It's just sometimes it takes more time with some horses.
Pretty good through the tarp box. Now she's going to back her horse up. She did walk her horse through it before backing up, but again, all horses are at different levels in their training right now. She's going to do what her horse knows best.
They're now heading over to the bridge, and there was no hesitation. And they both completely got to a complete halt. Both did really good at that obstacle.
And that was again a really good class from Jordan. Next up is hip number 24, ERIKA Hunter with Beast, a 5-year-old mare from Stone Cabin. And this is ERIKA Hunter's bio. She lives in Maricopa, Arizona with her husband Shane and their herd of horses and donkeys. She has been training and competing with Mustangs for 7 years and has placed top 10 at Extreme Mustang Makeover events 4 times. ERIKA started the American Competitive Mustang Club 2 years ago to reward Mustang adopters and trainers when they compete or trail ride with their Mustangs and show the world how diverse and talented these horses can be.
That was a really good job side passing over the L. And now they will move on to trotting over the trot poles.
That was a nice showmanship pivot off of it too, which I don't believe is required, but it looked very nice.
Did have a little bit of a trip going over that last pole. Nothing too bad. And a really nice job going over the tarp box.
Again, all these competitors do really well, but it's the little things like pivots and how you present yourself that'll make you stand out to the judges. ERIKA did a really nice job ending every obstacle with a pivot there to get to the next.
It was a good job backing up through the barrels. Now they're onto the bridge, and there was no hesitation, and there was a good halt on it. Now they're onto the last part, and this is the drag. It's also good that she's shaking it so it makes it more noisy, and her horse seemed like she did not care at all.
It was a very solid run from ERIKA.
And now we have hip number 21, Paula Eggertsen, with her yearling colt Roman from Spring Mountain, and she is actually a rookie, so this is her first time competing. And this is Paula's bio. My name is Paula Eggertsen. I have loved horses my entire life, but didn't buy my own horse until I turned 40. I love to trail ride with my Arabian horse on the beautiful trails and the Sahara foothills. Previously, I lived in Seattle for many years and worked as an educator at the Woodland Park Zoo. I also spent years in the travel industry and have traveled to all 7 continents. I specifically retired in Grass Valley, California to be on a ranch with my animals. I currently volunteer at a local shelter and help to train dogs and facilitate adoption. I love dog training and began at age 10. My lab mix was trained to help field biologists to gather information on animal population studies. I love to compare the motivational learning of a horse that is trained in a similar yet entirely different way than a dog.
That was a very nice trot takeoff leading up to the poles.
That was a nice job backing through the barrels, and now they're going on to the bridge. They both did a good job of that obstacle. And now they're on to the very last obstacle of this class, and this is the drag.
You do want to make sure that you are on the correct side of the cones when you're doing this. Again, another minor detail to pay attention to. That was overall a really good round.
How do you define yourself as a cowboy? One is the kind of horse you ride. Another is what kind of hat you wear. J.W. Brooks Custom Hats tailors hats for your lifestyle. I like their hats because they stay on your head, they fit great, and they look good too. They also have a wonderful woman's fashionable line of hats. J.W. Brooks Custom Hats, a family business. Between J.W., his wife, Jody, son, Kate. You know, J.W. himself is a Western artist, a country singer, and a master craftsman of hats. My new J.W. Brooks Custom Hat has a wide sweatband. It has a cushioned fit, patented design, and luxurious comfort. This hat is 100X belly fur. It's the nicest hat I've ever had.
Next up is hip number 19, Jessica DABKOWSKI with Goose, a yearling filly from Red Rock, California. Jessica does have 2 horses, so she is also the next number to go. And this is Jessica's bio. I trained my first Mustang in 2010 and have been hooked ever since. I've competed in 15 Extreme Mustang makeovers and have gained skills and knowledge from each Mustang I've worked with. I enjoy helping horses and their people through horsemanship lessons and clinics. And again, Jessica does a really awesome job with every single Mustang that I've seen her have. She really goes at the pace of each individual horse and customizes her program to them. Very clean side pass.
I love how she's not trying to rush it. She's going at the horse's own speed.
And it's a little bit more advanced and difficult of a maneuver because she's having the horse come towards her rather than pushing the ribs away. Again, nice trot on a very loose line. And just as a reminder, this horse is available, so if you're interested, contact Jessica, and her other one is also available. Again, a very soft backup. There's no pressure at all on the rope. It's pretty much just from body language.
There was no hesitation. She's also adding a little bit more to it and showing that her horse will stay ground tied while doing some stuff around her as well.
And on to the last obstacle, which is the drag. She's had almost a flawless round with this little pony. Very nice round. Jessica is also the next person to go with Norma Jean, a 1-year-old Palomino filly from Red Rock. And again, this one is available, so contact Jessica if you're interested. It was a really nice trot off right into the tarp box. Super nice backup. Did tick the cone a little bit back there.
On to the next obstacle. No hesitation. And just like her last yearling, she's going to do the same thing. Show that she can ground tie while doing some other things around her. Did a really nice job.
And on to the last obstacle, which is the drag. And those were two very beautiful rounds from Jessica with both of her fillies.
I want them both. Up next we have hip number 16, Deb Collings with Casper, yearling colt from Red Rock. And I'll be reading her bio.
And I do believe she has 2 horses, so she will also be the next in the order of go.
And here's her bio. My name is Deb Collings. I have a lifetime experience, 38 years now, working with a variety of horses, including the mystical, magical American Mustangs. I personally trained my first wild Mustang and my first competition for the 2016 Extreme Mustang Makeover. I really loved him, so I adopted him. He and I will be competing next year in trail and a few endurance rides, as well as exploring the national forests across several western states. I train a variety of horses, wild horses, both branded and unbranded, along with domestic and abused/neglected horses, for clients through my business, Desert Pines Ranch Horses. And I also operate a horse rescue through my nonprofit business, Desert Pines Horse Rescue Incorporated. I am also a tip trainer. The training methods I use are all natural horsemanship with the horse in mind. I use a variety of training methods learned from Cherry Hill, voice commands, Julie Goodnight, problem solving, Clinton Anderson, gentle use with each of the methods, 150 exercises, and Madison Shambog, Mustang Maddie, problem solving techniques on the most abused horses and fearful wild horses. I've learned that each horse's personality requires a different type of training to correct bad or fearful negative training techniques. I love learning from the horses as well as learning new training techniques through professional trainers to continue to improve the world of horses. I personally share all of my knowledge freely with others during their training with 2 free training sessions per week. This way, the owners will know exactly how to be a partner with their forever horses. My goal is to help make the horse world safe and enjoyable for the horse and the human. Horses really are mystical and magical if we stop long enough to listen to what they are trying to teach us.
There were a couple bobbles in her trail class, but because it is real-time filming, they have a specific time to film at. It's not going to be something that they can film a bunch of times, so there may be some bobbles.
Jay Ballman was destined to work with leather. He's the 3rd generation of his family to go into that craft, learning from his grandfather Josh.
In my dad's store, I repaired a lot of saddles, and we made a lot of things there too, but it wasn't really creative things, and that's why I wanted to get into custom saddles. I like the creativity of it, and it intrigued me.
So Jay was determined to design and build beautiful custom saddles. Now, horse owners like Bill Mitchell of Cookeville drive to Muddy Pond to get just what they want, a saddle that fits both horse and rider. Thanks to the internet, customers don't actually have to come to Muddy Pond.
You know, most people can design their own saddles so that they feel involved in the process, and it's theirs when it's done. I mean, it's their own. Usually no one else has a saddle exactly like that. I love designing new things, and some of my customers have great ideas. Like I learn a lot from my customers because I build it, but they're the ones that spend time in the saddle. So my education comes from a lot of the people that use the saddles. And so I learn something new every day, you know, talking to my customers. That's where my education comes from. I have 1,000 people out there riding my saddles that can give me feedback. That's valuable.
So this is her again with her filly Bianca. She had a couple little ticks on her side pass, but overall she did pretty well. Again, I do believe she is on the off side right now, so she can take the shorter path trotting over these trot poles. Also showing that her horse can lead from either side.
Good job going over the tart box. No hesitation going on to the bridge. Stopped very nicely and is waiting for the cue to move on. Did a really good job at that obstacle. And now at the last obstacle, the drag.
Very nice job with the drag. And that was a really awesome job from Deb. This is number 14, Morgan BYROM with Riker, a yearling colt from Nevada Wild Horse Range. She is a rookie in this competition, and this is her bio. I've been working with horses for about 10 years now. I have experience with many different breeds and different disciplines. I hope to take what I have learned and use those skills to work with Mustangs. She did a very good job with the gait. You want to make sure when you're side passing your horse over an L that you're setting them up for success. So make sure it's right in between under them. It's not too close to their hind legs or their front. And make sure you're watching closely so you can adjust if you need to back them up a step or walk them forward if you think they're going to tick the pole. She did a very good job adjusting her horse throughout that side pass L. Now onto the trot poles.
Did a really nice job picking up that trot and going over the trot poles. Kind of quit on the trot the last pole. Did a good job going through the tarp box. Also a nice job backing through the barrels. Now on to the bridge. No hesitation.
And the last is onto the drag.
Both did a really good job on this class. Next we have hip number 13, Stephanie Bray with Moxie, her yearling filly from Nevada Wild Horse Range. She is a rookie, so this is her first time competing in the tip challenge, and I'll be reading her bio. My name is Stephanie Bray, and I have been a horse enthusiast my whole life. I got my first pony at 5 years old, and my first horse to train, who was half Mustang, at 12 years old. I have always loved Mustangs and the story that they tell. As a trainer, my goal is to create situations where the horse can be successful. Seeing a Mustang find their success is the most rewarding thing I have experienced.
So far, she did a really nice job on the gate, and she's doing a really good job on her side pass. I liked that she ended it by pivoting her horse to go straight onto the next obstacle. Again, if you have a horse that's a little bit tougher to trot in hand, you want to make sure that you help them out by kind of reaching back behind that drive line to give them a little bit more motivation to come forward.
Did a really good job going over the tarp box. No hesitation, and is waiting for her trainer to say yes to go. Had a little bit of a hesitation getting off the bridge.
Very nice with the drag. That was a very good class from Stephanie.
The object of this game is that you guys are going to work as a team and you're going to get this horse to go over that pole. You're not going to be able to touch the horse. You can't bribe the horse. And there's going to be no talking except for 1 liter at a time. The next thing that we have to do is you guys, as a group, have to come up with a consequence. We're thinking about communication skills and how horses can communicate non-verbally and how important our non-verbal communication is and what we can do with that. Okay, switch leaders. You guys want to have a 1-minute strategy meeting? Yeah, you did it! Woohoo! Well done, guys.
And next up we have hip number 12, Jessica Bischoff with Sergeant Rufus Escobard, which is a 1-year-old colt from Spring Mountain. She has done quite a few makeovers before. She's done a really good job with this little colt though. And this is her bio. Jessica is a trainer out of Western Oregon. She has been training since 1998 and started with Mustangs in 2003 and started doing Mustang makeovers in 2006. She enjoys competition in all disciplines and doing horse projects with her kids. She set her horse up very nice for the side pass.
Did take a little step back and looked like it barely touched the pole, but got right back to where she was supposed to be. Did a really nice job finishing up.
Very nice crossovers. And again, she is on that off side to trot over the poles, so she has to take the shorter pass and also show that her horse can lead on that side.
Did a really nice job going over those trot poles. And also really nice job going over the tarp box. Now she's getting her horse set up to back through the barrels.
All these competitors are doing such an awesome job, and if you think you might be interested in competing in a tip challenge, you can go to the Mustang Heritage Foundation website and see if there's any local or close to you.
Now onto the bridge, no hesitation. Now this does look like a smaller bridge. Doing a really nice job. Did have one step off a little bit, but got right back up. Did a great job on that obstacle. And now on the last one, the drag.
And Jessica has had 2 very solid classes so far. She's done a really good job with this horse.
Next we have hip number 10, Ashley Bianco, with her horse Sansa, who is a 3-year-old Palomino mare from Red Rock. And I'll be reading her bio. My name is Ashley Bianco. I am 25 years old and from Southern California. I am a 4th generation horsewoman and I am passionate about training horses. Growing up, I enjoyed training and breaking my pony to drive. As I got older, I bred and raised quarter horses and was competitive in AQHA, 4-H, and regional horse shows.
Very nice side pass.
Really nice transition to the trot and going over the trot poles.
Right through that tarp box. And pivoting to set up for the backup.
Going onto the bridge. Now on the last obstacle, which is the drag.
Very nice on the drag.
Did a really good job during this course.
And that was a really good class. And up next is hip number 9, Christian DALEN with Harley, a 4-year-old mare from Nevada Wild Horse Range, and this is her first tip challenge ever.
I will be reading her bio. Horses have been my passion for as long as I can remember. I started off at the junior rodeos and gymkhanas and loved every minute I could be with my horse. Life got in the way for about 10 years, but the yearning stayed strong in my heart. My dad started working with wild Mustangs and I really enjoyed watching and seeing what he could accomplish. I started training under him about 2 years ago and now we work side by side. It has become my biggest desire to start working with the wilds from day one, get them gentled and find them amazing humans to love of them. One day I hope to compete in a tip challenge or makeover. Becoming a tip trainer would put me closer to this dream.
She just had a really good class so far. Her gait and side pass was very... Her horse kind of jumped the poles there. Had no issue with the tarp box. I do believe she has already found a home for this horse, but again, she was one of the couple trainers that started their tip horses under saddle. This horse is old enough to start under saddle, and She's done a very nice job with this mare.
There's no hesitation going onto the bridge. Really good job waiting for her trainer's cue to move. And now on to the last obstacle, which is the drag. Really nice class. Next we have hip number 5, Jessica Anderson with Spicy Salsa, her yearling filly from Nevada Wild Horse Range. This is her bio. Hello, my name is Jessica Anderson and I am 29 years old. I live in a small rural town and have been an active member of our community and horse community. I'm the local 4-H chapter horse leader and have exercised the lesson horses for our local camp. Was involved in the local riding and roping club for 15 years. I've been riding since I was 5 years old and have enjoyed both Western and English riding.
Very nice over the tarp.
Did a really nice job waiting. Now on to the last obstacle, and this is the drag.
And this is number 4, Rachel Alonzo with Ducky, a 3-year-old mare from Red Rock, California. And this is Rachel's bio. Rachel started her journey with Mustangs in 2017 when she worked on a ranch in Norco, California. She continues her training in Norco, preparing to compete in makeovers and challenges. She has fallen in love with these horses and looks forward to learning more from them to grow as a horsewoman. I did see a snippet from her freestyle and it is very cute, so make sure to check out the freestyle videos for adult and youth.
Doing a really nice job with that side pass.
Pretty good trot transition to go over the poles.
Did a really good job going over the tarp. And also a really nice job backing through the barrels.
Right onto the bridge with no hesitation. And the drag is the last obstacle she has to do. So far, she has had 2 very solid runs. The American Competitive Mustang Club is a great competitive and motivating community for BLM Mustang and Burro owners. Within the club, you can track your trail miles, show points, and Mustang working hours. There's quarterly and year-end awards and prizes with a variety of divisions to compete in. Fun events and challenges are constantly happening, and every month ACMC hosts a virtual show. All these clips are some of our awesome members. The best place to find information on how to sign up is to check out the American Competitive Mustang Club Facebook page or reach out to ERIKA Hunter.
This is hip number 3, Hannah ALGOFLAH with her yearling colt Atticus from Red Rock. I'll be reading Hannah's bio. I'm Hannah ALGOFLAH. I've placed in the top 10 in every tip challenge I've competed in. I compete in multiple disciplines with other breeds also, but Mustangs have always held my heart.
That was a very nice side pass. Very controlled. And a nice pivot out of it to set up for the trot poles.
Good job going over the tarp box, no hesitation. Now on to backing through the barrels. No hesitation, going onto the bridge, and now waiting for his trainer's cue.
Hip number 2, Danielle ALFARO with High Class Sass, a 4-year-old mare from Red Rock. And this is Danielle's bio. Growing up on a cattle ranch gave me the opportunity for a lifelong passion for horses and nature. I started riding very young, but started my professional training career in 2009 with my first Mustang Kelser. Since 2013, I have worked with over 30 wild Mustangs and successfully placed each of them into proper and loving homes. I have also competed in 2 Extreme Mustang Makeovers in 2015 and 2016 and placed in the top 10. I greatly enjoy the reward of taking an American legend and helping place it in the amazing home.
Did a really nice job side passing. Also a good job over the trot poles and the tarp.
So far, this is a really great run for Danielle.
Now on to the last obstacle, which is the drag.
And I do believe this is the last adult competitor for the trail class. If you would like to, you can watch the youth trail class as well as the adult and youth freestyles. And thank you for watching and supporting the Sacramento 2020 Tip Challenge competitors.
This lifestyle isn't just about riding off into the sunset. It's about pride in your brand and quality in your program. It's about craftsmanship in your tack. The cost? Never the first thought. It's about drive in your veins, determination in your mind, and passion in your heart. It was yesterday, it is today, and it will be tomorrow. Through the rain or the beating sun, from the break of dawn until the job is done. Having passion so deep it runs through your core, even when all else falls short, their well-being comes first. It's blood, sweat, and tears from disappointment to triumph. It's death, new beginnings, it's all or nothing. It's defying the odds when all seems lost, earning your spot regardless of where you stand, never giving up when that's what you want. It's being in the moment no matter what the conditions, accepting the good and never backing down from the bad, reining it all in when it's out of control. It's wanting it so bad you can taste it. Giving up everything to perfect it, then loving it so hard it becomes a part of you, because it is you. Pride, passion, drive, determination. And the attitude that when your feet hit the ground in the morning, it makes the devil go, oh shit, she's up.